Hi, everyone. Welcome to Vern Goes Against the Grain. I'm your host, Eric Vernston. I want to talk about an article I wrote today about why sometimes in life you gotta just say, what the F? It was partially inspired by the Bears trading up to get Justin Fields at number 11 this weekend in the NFL draft. Also inspired by a LinkedIn article I saw. You have to search for it on LinkedIn. Man had an article and he just said one of his favorite movies or favorite parts of the movie was Tom Cruise and Risky Business saying, you know what? Sometimes you gotta say, what the F? You don't want to say that every day, but at the same time, life is short. We all hope we wake up tomorrow. And sadly, one day we will not wake up tomorrow. So we need to enjoy and embrace the beautiful gift of life while we still have it. And sometimes you gotta just say, what the F? The Bears in 2017 traded up. They passed on Deshaun Watson, a potential future Hall of Famer, depending on how his legal issues shake out, and Patrick Mahomes, who probably is already a Hall of Famer, to draft Mitchell Trubisky with the second pick. Traded up again. They said, you know what? What the F? It did not work out. That's probably an understatement. 2021 comes in the 20th pick. There's no way they're getting Justin Fields. I think this guy's the best quarterback in the draft. Unbelievable recruit in high school, put up video game numbers in college, 6'3", 220, super competitive, rocket arm, runs a 4.4 40, 6 touchdowns in the national championship semifinal game against Clemson's defense. No way they're getting him. And then he's sitting there at 11. They trade up. And they say, you know what? Sometimes you got to say, what the F? And that's after they did that in 2017. So I give Ryan Pace all the credit in the world. He pulled the trigger again. Sometimes in life, you got to shake up a situation and you got to go. I want to give you a couple of situations in my life that turned out amazing when I just said, you know what? I don't know that much. In fact, I barely know anything. What the F? Because really, all we really know is what? We know a few things that we remember from growing up. We know what our job is, mostly, some of us do, and maybe some other random things. Everything else, we're just making up as we go. I made my decision to go to law school summer 2010 in June. I was between 3 law schools, and my friend Brent called me. He said, hey, Vern, so-and-so and I are looking at apartments in Carbondale. Should we be looking at 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom? Brent, I don't know. I'm not sure what I should do. Should I go to SIU? This other school is offering me some money. This other one isn't, but if I go in a couple of years, I might be able to get something. What do you think? He said, I don't know, but I need you kind of to make a decision. Should we be looking at 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms? I said, what the F? I'm going to Carbondale, baby. 3 bedrooms. He said, okay. I hung up the phone. My parents said, what was that about? I said, go to Carbondale for law school. Okay. Never been there. Hope it's all right. I had a blast. I made some lifelong friends, some wonderful professors. I still keep in touch with the university. They've been so good to me. I am such a proud Saluki. It helped me get my first 2 jobs out of law school, which were the first 2 that made me realize I didn't want to do that industry anymore. I ended up becoming a full-time prosecutor, and I am loving it. Loving it. And my training as a Saluki helped me with that. All because I said, what the F? I'm going there. What do I know? It's probably cool. It was better than cool. It was a blast. And I learned so much. Second decision was also in law school. It was the beginning of my 3rd year. There was a 2nd-year student who had been flirting with me. For those that don't know me that well, I'm pretty dense. I've learned to get better at seeing clues as they go, but I'm the same guy who literally watched A Few Good Men 100 times. And then when a friend came in town in 2018 and told me, you know, the Army has lawyers, right? I was like, Army? Lawyers? Really? He's like, yeah, dude. I'm like, oh yeah, A Few Good Men, like Tom Cruise. He's like, no, Kevin Bacon was the Army lawyer. And I go, okay. And then even this past summer when I was in JAG school, I then once again said, Tom Cruise is the Army lawyer. One day I'll get it. I'm a little dense sometimes, working on it, whatever. She'd come up to me and say, oh, biceps are pretty big. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. I'm turning, I'm already a little red, but yeah, you know, one day I'm in my office, she comes by, she has to work on some homework. We start talking. She's like getting kind of close. My heart's doing one of these. And then she's like, well, I gotta go home. I'll talk to you later. I was like, oh, you know that feeling you just know you screwed up? I knew I screwed up. So I ran to the parking lot, started mumbling some stuff, and then she got close to me, and I just said, what the F? I gave her a kiss. Kissed me back. We dated for a few months. She's a wonderful woman. It was a fantastic time. All because I said, you know what? I think she's hitting on me. I screwed up that one. I'm just going to run out there, say a bunch of nonsense. What the F? And it worked out. Gentlemen out there, worth it. 100% worth it. And ladies, if you see a guy doing that kind of thing, give him a chance. He might be dense like you. Third and final time was recently this past year. I know I've already talked about that. Maybe I haven't told this exact story. I was going back and forth with my future employer saying, hey, you know, what's going on? Are there open jobs? What are we doing? And they were like, yeah, we can probably bring you in. So I originally had an offer from a few months before, but then I said I'm going away for the military, and they said, okay, just let us know when you're back. So I say, no, I'm back. I'm like, I don't know. But then my current employer, who I was supposed to come back to, said, hey, you're coming back. We need to know when your start date is. We need to get your stuff ready. And I didn't really want to come back. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back in like 2 months. And they're like, 2 months? It's ridiculous. Why would you come back in 2 months? I really didn't have an excuse. I reached out to my job now and I said, hey, what's the deal? And they're like, well, we're still trying to figure things out. And I said, listen, I need to know right now. Can you make me an offer or not? Because my other employer wants me back. And I said that. I was pitting around before, beating around the bush. I said, hey, are we doing this or not? And she said, sure. And I said, okay, can I start in 6 weeks? And she said, sure. And I said, okay. I said, okay. And that was the deal. Everyone just said, okay. It was the worst phone conversation in history. I'm kidding. It was all by email. That's what happened. I just said, you know what? What the F? I'm just going to say, are you hiring me or not? And they said, yes. Sometimes in life, you got to just throw caution to the wind and just be aggressive. If I can give you any other lesson, it's be aggressive. Sometimes, even with a bad plan, the Bears trading up is normally a bad plan. You want to trade back down. NFL draft is a crapshoot. But you know what? Even if you have a bad plan sometimes, at least be aggressive. Usually good things will happen unless you draft Mitch Trubisky. And you know what? From everything I understood, Mitch is a great guy. Never got in legal trouble in this year, so I wish him the best in Buffalo. Man, I'm all in on Justin Fields. Thank you for listening. I have some amazing guests coming back up. We're going to be not only doing some episodes where I talk about some things I wrote, I'm also going to start doing some book reviews. And again, amazing guests. I have a COVID economist coming on. So much more. Thank you for listening. Subscribe. There's also a donation page. I want to highlight that on Anchor. I have a book out, 10 Scientifically Proven Ways Steve Jobs Went Against the Grain. You can find that on Amazon in paperback and ebook format. I write articles on LinkedIn, occasionally share on Facebook and Twitter. I now have questions for you. Do you like this format? Would you rather have me do something else? Are there certain kind of guests you want me to interview? I'm working on that. Any other suggestions or improvements I will take. Right now, I have a new HD camera. I have my mic set up in front of me. I have my half Windsor knot for my friend. And also, I'm trying to look more square into the camera so I don't get reamed out by my other friend. Always trying to make improvements, always trying to get better, because every day we all should get better. I truly love you all. You are amazing. I appreciate all the support. It means the world to me. And I always want to help. I'm learning things. I used to be just a pile. I literally mean that. I just drank all the time. I was cranky. I was fat. I've worked my way into a way better, healthier, mentally, spiritual, physically, all the above person. And to the extent I can help you do that and get to where you want to go, that's what I want to do with this. And to do that, sometimes we got to go a little bit against the grain, because we get society, we got big food, we got big pharma. They're all coming after us. They want us to do certain things. They want us to go with the flow. You're not going to do that. You're going to go against the grain. You know what? Because you're awesome. That's why. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you very, very soon.